Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video of Dhruv Coder YouTube channel. And friends, in this video we are going to talk about what is coding and what is programming language, and not just to these two questions. We are also discussing more sub questions like when you should start coding, how you should learn coding, how much time it will take to learn coding, and what are the programming languages, different type of programming languages, and much more. So keep watching this video and I will be discussing with you all of this question right now in this video. So let's start this video without wasting any time. So the first question is, what is coding? So let's discuss this first question. And what is coding or programming? So coding and programming is just a way to, or you can say just a technique to solve any arithmetic problem. What like the all definition that the all answers and the all content that you are like reading here is written by me. So it completely depends from my thinking. It doesn't depend from any Wikipedia, and some like official documents are there in this PPT, but most of that is written by me. Okay, so I'm saying that it is an arithmetic problem. It is a technique to solve arithmetic problem or to give instruction to any machine. Okay, so what you can do with coding, you can do like arithmetic operation like 2 plus 2. What is the answer? It will give you like 14 into 5. It will give you, if you want to see what is the projection of this vector and what are the coordinates, the coding will give you the answer, or the programming will give you the answer. There are some codes, there are some libraries which will give you the answer, and in a very fast, like in a very quick time. Okay, so it is a way to solve the arithmetic problem. That is the one case. The second case, it is a like technique to give instruction to machine. If you want to print your name 100 times to a person, to a like human, 1000 times, let's suppose. So what you will say? You will say like, go do one thing, write my name like this, Dhruv, like DH, like write DHRUV. Okay, after that, write the same thing, repeat the same thing 1000 times. You will say to that person, like to that human. And if you want to give the same instruction to to machine, like if you want to print your name 1000 times in the console with the help of programming, so you will give some instruction, and that the technique and the way you are using to give the instruction to that machine is called programming. Okay, so I hope you know what is coding and what is programming. The basic, it is the most fundamental and the most basic definition I am saying you. Okay, there are much more complicated definitions also. If you search on internet what is coding or what is programming, then it will give you some uh, difficult uh, difficult definitions. But as I mentioned, like I will explain you coding and programming in a very simple manner and very easy way, so you can remember it forever. So I hope you learn this, you got the idea about what is coding and what is programming. Now the next is, why we need coding or programming? Why we need, man? We can, like, it is the only way to give instruction to the machine, or there are some other way? No, man. The coding and programming is the only way you can give the instruction to the machine, because without coding you cannot do anything. As I am like writing, as I'm showing you this PPT, this is only happens with the help of coding. If you don't know how to code, you cannot give instruction, so you can't, like, the machine can't do anything. Machine is like a dumb machine. Machine is like a donkey. It doesn't know anything about it. It is a, like, what is like machine is a physical thing. It can't know anything about what is word and what is it don't know anything. It is just a material. But you are making a circuit with the help of logic gates, transistors, and you are making a way to give instruction to the machine. And by that, your circuit is working, your gates and transistors are working. I'm talking about in a very basic manner, very deep, and very from the root manner. from the root thing I am talking about. So give some instruction to the to your transistor, so when what voltage should be applied, what current should be applied, and because of that your machine is doing what you are saying to that. Okay, so without coding you can't do anything, you can't watch my videos, I can't present you this PPT, and you cannot hear my audio. Nothing you can do with the machines. Okay, that the era of that thing is like mechanical. The motorcycle, it doesn't, it don't depends on coding. So mechanical things don't depend on coding, but the electronics things that you currently using totally depends on coding or programming, you can say. Okay, so this is the reason why we need coding. Now next is coding requires any prerequisites, like do we need any special knowledge about some topics, or like you can start? So the answer is, my boy, no. You don't know any prerequisites for to learn any programming language. Now some of you may think, why you are saying no? If you want to code, then we should know any programming language. Okay, so yeah, that you require to code any machine, but that is a thing that is you can achieve anytime. Okay, the required thing is your brain and your thinking. Okay, if you know 100 programming languages and you don't know how to solve any problem, and you can't find a way to solve that problem with your brain or with your thinking, then the the 100 programming language that you are learning is nothing. Like it is a waste, completely waste. But if you know how to solve any problem, if you know only one programming language also, you can solve that problem easily. Okay, so coding is just a way to solve some problems. Okay, if you are coding, then what are you doing? You are solving some problem. If you want to print your name, if you want to print your name with the help of coding, then what you are doing, you are just solving a problem, that how I can print my name in by the machine. So there are some instruction that you have to write this, you have to write this, and by that you can solve this problem and you can successfully print your name in the machine. Okay, so whenever you are coding or programming, you are solving some problem. So to solve some problem, you just require your brain and your thinking, and which is always you until you die. If you are a dead person, then you require brain and thinking. Okay, and I don't think some dead person is watching my video, and if it's watching, then comment bro. I want to see if some dead man is watching. That's some waste of time I'm doing here. Okay, let's move to our video and let's move to our topic. So coding is just to start thinking and find solution, right? The code that I written it here. Now the next question is, we are still on question number one, like what is coding? Okay, we are not shifted to the next question, like what is programming language. We are just on what is coding, and there are sub parts of this question. Okay, so what is the best time to start coding? Right now. You started coding like already. If you enrolled in my if you enrolled in my course, you save the playlist, you bookmark the playlist, you subscribe to my channel, then you started the learning coding. And spelling is, my spelling is terrible. You can see I had written coding. Okay, not coding, coding. So it's like some Tamil word. Sorry for that. It is coding, not just G, coding. So the best time to start coding is right now, and you started, and that's very good. Because if you thought that I will start after my 10th, I will start after my 12th, I will start after my graduation, then you will never learn anything. Not just coding, you cannot learn anything. If you want to learn something, start right now, give some time, make the consistency of learning, and achieve the learning and learn what you want. Okay, so you learn, congratulations, you are start learning, congratulations. Now the next question is, how much time it will take to learn coding completely? That might that you might think whenever you start, like whenever you start something to learn. So the answer of this question is your entire life. You cannot learn coding completely. I am learning coding. I am still learning different technology. If you learn that if you think that I can learn the all technologies, all coding languages and all things, you are thinking wrong, man. You cannot learn all technologies at once. And also, if you pick one, like if you take Python only, you cannot learn Python completely. Okay, it is impossible for a normal human. And if you are superhuman, then you might learn. But I am talking about a normal human. You cannot learn single technology also completely, because technology grows day by day. Things are changing, people are contributing to the programming language, new methods are coming day by day. So it is improving day by day. It is a continuous process, not a thing like you complete that course and you learn the Python completely. It is not like that. You should you should be consistent, you should be continuous, and continuous learning is the key to learn coding efficiently. You can learn most of the coding but not completely. Okay, so that is the answer of this question. Now we move to our second question, like what is programming language? And this definition that I written here, if you want to read, you can read. This is a Wikipedia. I copied this definition from the Wikipedia, but I will tell you the programming language with my thinking and with my logic. So before move to the before like thinking about what is programming language, think what is language. That you, I am saying English language. So what is this language? The language is simply a way to communicate between two persons. Okay, if I am talking in English and other person also know English, so what we can do, we can give instructions to each other. Okay, I am writing in short form ins. We can give information to each other. Okay, and we can communicate by, if you take a big area, then we can communicate with each other. So that is a language that we are using in real world. There are multiple languages: English, Hindi, Marathi, Tamil, French, German. There are multiple language. So now shift to this question. Now move to this question. Think about what is programming language. So in our language, the person that like, this is me and this is you. Okay, so with a language we are communicating with each other, we are sharing the instruction, we are sharing the information with each other. And what is programming language? Programming language just replace one person with a computer, with a machine. So the programming language is a way to share instruction, like to give instruction or to give information to machine. And this is not a two-way communication, it is a one-way communication. Like computer cannot give us instruction and cannot give us information in the form of programming language. It will give us the answer. It will give us the answer in the form of our normal language. So I am drawing that figure here. So it is a one way route, that if you want to give instruction and information to the machine, you will use programming language. And if computer want to give us any information or instruction, then it will give us in a normal language. So P, L and L. P, L means programming language, L means language. Okay, English language you can say EL. Okay, so that is the thing. Programming language simply just a way, just a, you can say just a tool to like share our information, and to share the information and instruction to the machine, not to from the machine to human also. We use our basic, our normal language to take the information and instruction from the machine. Okay, so this is the programming language. I hope you understood. Now the next question is why there are multiple programming language available. There are C, C++, Python, Java, C hash, Kotlin, Pascal, and multiple programming languages are there. And why there are multiple programming language? Why there are not only single ultimate programming language that you can learn and you can do anything and from anywhere? Like the English, if you learn English, then you can talk to anywhere in the world if the other person also knows English. Okay, but English is the like global language, you can say. So but why there are multiple programming language, and why there are not any global programming language? So the answer is this. Before thinking about why there are multiple programming languages available, think about why there are, cut this programming, why there are multiple languages available. in our real world. So if you the why there are why there are multiple languages available, so the first answer will be, should be like different regions supported different programming language, different people like knows different languages, and the languages are differ region by region, area by area. So that's why different programming languages are there. And if we go to history also, if you go into history, why there are multiple programming languages, multiple spoken languages are there. So you might find the answer that people who belongs to the same area learns the programming learns the not programming learns the spoken language by himself by some actions. And as the area is increasing, as the people are increased, the language popularity also increases, and that's why there are multiple languages available. If I talk to the program, if I talk to the language Tamil, why Tamil is there? Okay, there are one programming language like Tamil and Hindi. Okay, like don't let's talk about English and French. Okay, if we talk about the regional language, then the people who are not from India might confuse. So let's talk about English and Chinese. Okay, that was the next example. English and Chinese. Why there are two languages available? Because English has its own grammar, English has its own popularity, English has its own area. Chinese has its own grammar, its own popularity, and his own vocabulary. So if I want, if I want to publish some research paper, if I want to send some message, send any message to England, then what programming language I can use? I should use I should use English, obviously. Okay, I should use English, obviously. And if I want to send a message to China, to a Chinese people who don't know English, then what language I should use? I should use Chinese, definitely. So area, for different area, there are different languages. So same, now bring this programming here in this question, and now think what why there are multiple programming languages available. Because in different area of work we require different programming language, because different programming language, each programming language has its pros and its cons, because of the structure and the internal you can say the coding that is written in that is written to build that programming language. By this different programming languages each different programming languages are used in different work, like Python, if you say, Python mostly used in machine learning. Okay, automation automation Python is used here. If you want, if you go in a like game development, C hash is used because of its object oriented behavior. It supports OOPS. Python is also supports OOPS, like object oriented programming, but it is not used because C has a more connection with the machine, and Python doesn't have more connection with the machine. You can play along with the memories, with the address in C hash, but not in Python. That's why we use C hash in game development, not Python. And in machine learning and in automation, we don't require much work with memory. We require, but we don't care about this. We more require the accuracy, the simplicity of the algorithm or of the program. So that's why we use Python, because it is easy to understand, it is readable, and there are multiple things also which makes Python best for machine learning and automation. And there are multiple things which are good in C hash. That's why we use C hash in game development. So by area of work, by area of work, there are multiple programming languages which are used and which are best for that work. That's why we require multiple programming language. If we use a ultimate programming language, like if I define that Python will, like now from now onwards, Python will be the global programming language. If you want to do game development, you should learn Python. If you want to learn app development, you should learn Python. If you want to do machine learning, you should learn Python. But in that case, Python has its own structure, its own its own code, built-in code, and it may not work efficiently as much as C hash is working efficiently in the field of game development. And same if you like in if we use Python in app development, so it will not work as efficient as Java or as Kotlin in the field of web development. So to make program more efficient, to make program more faster, to increase the performance of the program, we use different programming language based on the pros and the cons that the programming languages are having. So that's why we use multiple programming language. So I hope this explanation will clear like has clear all of your doubts about why there are multiple programming languages available. Okay, so that is a long discussion about this. Now we shifted to the next question, like what are the types of programming language. So there are mainly three types of programming language. Mostly there are like if you talk in more general way, there are only two main types of programming language, low level and high level, but there are one more also, middle level. So I will tell you the each and every basic concept. So low level programming, low level language, what is this low level language? Like if you saw any PCB or any circuit before anywhere, so you may see that in the circuit board there are multiple. If you see that motherboard or motherboard of this your laptop or your computer, you may see that there are multiple components, registers, fan, transistor, LED, and different component, different circuit component are there. So low level language is used to control that circuit element. Okay, that circuit element. How low level languages like looks like? It looks like if you want to on the this resistor R1, there are one circuit in this resistor like resistor R1. So you will say that load R1. That means like give like pass some current through R1. So if you pass some current through R1, then something will happen, and there are multiple more instruction are there to control the circuit element. So that more deals with the circuit and the very root level of the like physical you can say physical components of the machine. Okay, it deals more with physical components, not with the logical and not with the human readable. You cannot like if I will give the low level code, then you cannot uh, like express any output from that, because you until you don't know the circuit and you don't know the effect of different circuit component, you can't understand low level language. So we also don't have to learn low level language. That is the work of the manufacturers, like the companies which are building these circuits. That is the work of them, not our work. Now let's move to the second, middle level language. What is this middle level language? Middle level language deals with the physical component as well as the logical like the logic gates also, logical component also. So in our computer there are RAM. Okay, there are some cache memory, there are our hard disk, there are file system, and some of that. So in middle level language, we deal more like we'll deal with this RAM memory, and the time also, and with the logical thing also. Like if I will write like assign 200 MB 200 MB space to this variable. Okay, this variable I will show you, like with this you can say with this word, then the word may be having like the word itself having the size of like let's suppose 2 KB for now. But if with the help of middle language, I can assign 200 MB for this 2 KB. Okay, so what I am doing here, I am dealing with this memory thing also, and I am also dealing with this logical thing also. Like I am saving a word, like if I want to save the word G within the memory of 200 MB, then I can do it with middle level language. Okay, I can do it. Okay, if I want to say like cut this like the size of this, like what the size is occupying, let's see, it is occupying 200 MB. So like occupy 100 MB more and make this 300 MB. Okay, so I can do this. I can do this with middle level language. Okay, I can deal with memory, I can deal with physical component as well as the logical component. What is this G? G is nothing but a logical thing, like the human readable thing. G is like a human readable thing, but machine cannot understand G. It will convert it into 0 1 0 1 0 1 in the binary code, and then it will assign the 300 MB memory to this, and then it will give you the output that you want. So middle level language deals with physical also and with human readable thing also. Okay. Now we move to the high level language. What is this high level language? High level language completely deals with human readable things. Like if you say that print my name, like here I will say print my name Dhruv in the console 1000 times, then you will simply write print. I'm like telling about the code of Python. I will say simple print. I will write my name. I will start a loop, and I will start a loop for 500 times, and it will give me the 500. It will write my name 500 times. It doesn't deal more with the physical thing. It completely deals with the human readable thing, the human logic, the code that human can understand. So that's why the high level languages are mostly used in machine learning, because to give instruction to the machine, like how the machine should think, we will require some programming language which can human readable and easy to understand for humans. If we use machine learning with middle level language, that it is more complex, because we have to deal with physical components also and the logical components also, and it creates some mess. That's why we use high level language. Now I will give you some example of low level language and high level language. So I will like, if I have some eraser, then I can erase this. So let me bring my eraser and I will erase this thing, and I will give the example of different programming languages. Okay, so for low level, you might have heard about the binary code. Okay, the binary code 01 01 01, you may saw in some movies, like the code is written at 01 01 1010. That is your low level programming, low level language, and the low level code. Okay, and there are more example also, that the load one, as I am writing here, that is the called assembly level language, and this is the code machine code, and this is called assembly code. When you are assemble circuit elements in a circuit, then you write assembly code. When you are dealing with the machine, like if you're dealing with the logical things like logical gates, then you use binary code. Okay, now what is the example for the middle level language? So that are C, you might have heard this name, C++, and your Java. There are lots of also, etc., but the three are the most important and the most popular ones. It deals more with memory. It deals more with the size of the variable, size of the data that you are storing, and the memory that you are using. That is the example of middle level language. You can see the code of this also on the internet, and you can relate how this things are dealing with the memory. Now the high level language is my favorite, Python. Okay, Python, Pascal, Lisp, and lots of Pascal, Lisp, not Lips. So it's Lisp, lots of ones. So that if you'll see the code of Python, then you can easily see what the code is written and what the instruction you are giving to giving to the machine by just seeing the code, by just reading the code, because it is more human readable, and that's why it is most used, because humans can easily understand that programming language and can easily code. Okay, so that is for the types of programming language. Now why the high level language is mostly used? Because first of all, it is easy to understand, because high level language is human readable, so people can easily learn this language, and people can easily write the code of in this high level language. So that's why people are mostly using Python, because it's easy to use, easy to understand, low syntax, not dealing more with physical things of machine. It deals with more human readable thing. That's why it's easy to understand, and because of this, because of it easy to understanding, and people are learning so much this high level language. That's why it has a big community, and you can find people around the world who has the knowledge of high level language. So the Python community is too big, like the whole developer, the 48.8% of developers 48.8% of the developers among the world are using Python right now. Okay, so the half of the developers in the world are using Python. So that's why it has a very big community, and that's why if you're stuck at any moment in this programming language, that you can easily find the answer on internet by just searching about the error. And people are also like done some of the code which you can directly import to your which you can directly use it by downloading that code from the internet. Okay, so more community, more support from the internet. That's why it is very much popular. People can easily watch some tutorial. That I am also making the course on the I am also the part of this community. That's why I am also supporting this high level language, and that's why I am teaching you Python. Okay, so as like I am doing, other peoples are also doing this type of things. Other people are also write code in different member that they support. That's why high level language are growing day by day. Okay, so that's all, and I hope you learn all the basic of what is coding and what is programming languages. I explain you each and every question in very detailed manner, and I hope you I hope you got the answer of all of this question. And if anyone will ask you from now on, like what is this and what is that, you can easily tell them like what is this and how you can use it. Okay, and from the next video we will go to the in more detail with the high level language. See the we will see the opportunities in the Python programming languages. What are the salaries, what you can do with these languages, and other things also about Python. We will deal more with Python. We will talk about more about Python. Okay, so that's all for this video, and the exercise for you guys for this video is you have to search about the three types of programming language. You have to read the code once. It may be 2 to 4 line code or 5 to 6 line code. Anyhow, you can read from the internet. Search code about Python, search code about C++, see the code about the see the binary code, and try to read 2 3 lines, and try to interrelate the things which we have talked in this video. Okay, so I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, then hit the like button. So I know that you are liking this video and you are comfortable with this type of content. And if you are new here, then subscribe to that this Dhruv Coder YouTube channel, where you can learn coding from the basic, from very scratch. And this is the like starting of our course, and day by day you will learn more and more, and I will teach you Python from very basic level to the advanced level also. Okay, so and share this video with your friends, share this course with your friends. And if you haven't enrolled in my course, then enroll in my course by saving the playlist and bookmark it in your favorite tab. Okay, so that's all for now, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.